start this video, make sure you hit like and subscribe, and we're going to jump straight into going over the concepts and basically the outlay of code blocks and what this code right here on the screen means. Now, what we're going to want to do first is click on File. Once you click on File, you're going to notice you have an option to create a new project, an option for recent projects, to open a project, to import projects, save projects, and that's basically what the file thing or the file ribbon is for, and that's what you'll use File for, basically creating new projects. And when you go to New, you notice that we click Project, not Class, not Build Target, not File, not Custom, none of this. We go straight to Project, and we create a project like that. Now, we'll go over that later on, what the rest of this is for. It's basically going to be self-explanatory. Once you learn the code, you'll start to click on different things, and you'll start to be able to manipulate the code in different ways. So that's going to be further on down the road. For now, you're not going to want to worry about that. You can see in the Edit tab here, we have some things as well you're not going to want to worry about. The View tab as well, Search tab. None of this is really going to be relevant except for one thing up here, which is Build. So Build allows you to build and run your project. You can also build and run by clicking F9 or by clicking Control F10. So if I go ahead and click on, if I go ahead and click F9, you can see that I build and run my program, and I can go ahead and terminate it as well. As you see, when we go ahead and click Build and Run here, we have the program Build and Run up here, and it says down here, nothing is in red at the bottom. Again, this is the build log at the bottom of the screen. If something down here is red, you have an error, and that's going to be something you're going to have to get used to solving. Is the errors in the error messages. You'll get used to knowing where and what it's speaking about, because it is a little complicated at first. So if we go ahead, and I'll show you guys the error message, and let's just put another semicolon somewhere in this program and then run it again. Well, I guess that didn't work actually, so we have to mess this up. Go ahead and run it again. You see I have a red block that shows up, and that shows where our error is on our line of code, and that's something you're going to want to know and get used to. Now down here in the build log, we also have error codes, and these error codes explain to you what you've done wrong. Now it says error expected nested name specifier before name. Now what this means is that this right here, this line of code, is the namespace that we're using for this program. Now what it's saying is that the name specifier is wrong, and it says even right here that it's by the word name. Now as we can see, I put that semicolon right there, so that's what messed up the program, and we know that, and that's something that obviously isn't surprising, I would say. Now if we delete it, we can see this goes back to blue, and that means that we fixed our code. So you're going to want to know how to solve these errors. And the next error message we'll go over that showed up was that it was error space does not name a type. Now what that meant is that after I put the semicolon after name, it thought that this line of code was done, so it stripped it off and basically did this to the program. Now if it does this, it's just basically nothing, because this doesn't mean anything. When in terms of space, it's not a reference to a command on C++, so in that line of code would be completely wrong, and in this line of code we wouldn't be declaring any namespace, because the namespace we're using is std, which stands for standard. Now we'll just go ahead and reset this to using namespace std or standard, and basically that's it. It also tells you that it was inside of the main function. This line of code, the fifth line of code right here, is int main. Int main means that we are in an integer function, and the name of that function is main. And in this case, all C++ programs have a main function, and you'll call all of your other functions using the main function. So inside of the main function, we're going to be calling all other functions. Just remember that for future reference. And basically after that, inside of the main function, I forgot the IO stream. Up here we have the header file, and this is something we'll go over later. Just for now, just know there's tons of different header files in that they basically call on your compiler and let it know what type of I would say computer code jargon that you're going to be using, because I don't know how to explain it if you're a newer programmer. Just know that it is a header file, that there are tons of them, and we'll go over them in a separate video. If you want to jump to any of these videos, you can jump around the playlist freely and come back if you want to know something. I have a specific video on header files. It'll be probably a shorter video, 2 to 3 minutes long, just to explain them. And that's something that if you want to watch it, you can go ahead and jump again to that video, then come back. Next, we're going to see inside of this main function, we have a command called cout and 2 less than signs, a hello world statement, 2 less than signs, and end line. What this means is cout means console out or console output, and these little less than signs mean out to the user, which means we are console outputting something to the user, and basically that is going to be this term inside of the I'm sorry, explaining this is sort of hard, and again, to somebody who is newer. So inside of these parentheses, or inside of the parentheses, you're going to want, sorry, okay, let me restart this. Inside of the quotes, you're going to have a phrase. You can put whatever you want here. Go ahead and just change this to your name and run the program again. Then you're going to see what I'm talking about. So what is in here is a phrase, words, or letters. You're going to want to always put phrases, words, or letters inside of quotations, and you can change this freely and it'll output that to the screen. These less than signs, again, just say that we are outputting the end line, which is this thing right here, end L, and that it just says that we are ending that line of code. Any more code or any more text on the screen, we're going to be outputting on a new line. So that's basically it for this video, because this last little bit can be erased. We no longer use that in 2018 in C++, so you don't need the return 0 semicolon anymore. It's already implied in the program. So thank you guys for watching this video. I know it was a little choppy, a little bit off center. All the rest of the videos will be a little bit different. I'm trying to take care of a lot of things that right now, in addition to recording this video, so just take that into account and know that the rest of the videos will be a lot shorter, a lot more just straight to the point. And I spent a little bit rambling this video telling you guys about other videos and other concepts and stuff like that, which something I'm not going to do. And the rest of the videos are just going to be straight to the point. So thank you guys for watching, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time in the next video.